What's up, snappers? It's Interrobang. I hope you're ready to bring out your inner edgelord, because if you can count to 8, you're going to love Marvel Snap's latest card, Spider-Man Noir. So Spider-Man Noir is a 4/6 on reveal. If your other cards in play cost exactly 8 total, add the top card of your deck here, and set its power to 8. Now I know what you're thinking, in Interrobang you can barely count to 10, but don't worry, I thought of a foolproof deck to make Spider-Man work flawlessly every single time. So the first deck that came to mind was Zoo. You'll have a bunch of wiggle room to always add up to 8 no matter what turn you're on or what situation you find yourself in. You have numerous ways to hit that 8 cost total on any given turn, especially with explosive cards like Shauna, who could basically be 6 cost right off the bat, or Kitty, who lets you kind of play around with the costs on the board until you really need to hit that 8. Up first is Ant-Man, the quintessential Zoo card. With cards like Squirrel Girl and Shauna, you're more often than not going to be filling your lanes, so he's kind of a guaranteed 5 power. Next up, Kitty Pryde. Kitty really adds the flexibility the deck needs to add up to 8 on the board at any given moment, so she really helps with proccing Noir when you need him to go off. I put Nebula in here because she's a great distraction. You throw her in the right lane or a lane where you want the opponent to focus on, and then it lets you really diversify your power across the board and focus on the costs that you need. Next up is Nightcrawler, another great flexible piece. You throw him down on the board early and then later move him into your Ant-Man lane to make him go off, or move him into a lane that'll help Dazzler go off. He's also a great piece of misdirection for your opponent. It keeps them guessing, they don't know what you're going to do or where you're going to move him, so he's a great piece to have. Up next is Dazzler. Like Ant-Man, you're going to be filling your lanes more often than not, and she's potentially a 2/8, so a really powerful piece to have. One of the best cards in the deck is going to be Shauna. That's 6 cost on the board on turn 3. So if you have a turn 1 and a turn 2, that means you can proc Spider-Man Noir on turn 4. The problem with Shauna is she is a double-edged sword. She could give you bad things like the Hood or even 0 that'll turn off your turn 4. So you have to be careful with the low rolls. Then we have Kazar, who's going to be buffing our 1-drops, and we're going to have a bunch of them on the board, and he helps with Gilgamesh. I have Spider-Man Noir here in what I like to consider the flex slot. In a traditional Zoo list, this might be Ultron or even Iron Lad, but we definitely don't want Spider-Man Noir to hit Ultron and fill our lanes on turn 4. So we're looking at Zoo in a different approach here. What we really want Spider-Man Noir to hit here is one of our buffers, Blue Marvel or Kazar, and have that on the board early and at 8 power. It would even be good to hit a Kitty Pryde and get that to come back to our hand, or a Nightcrawler and have a 1/8 that we can move on the board. Our next buff card, Blue Marvel, can put explosive power on the board because by turn 5 we're going to have a bunch of tokens, Squirrel Girl, Shauna is going to be filling our lanes for us, and it helps ensure that we have a huge Gilgamesh on turn 6. Finally, rounding out the deck, we have Mockingbird, who could be a 4 cost on 4 if we have Squirrel Girl on the board, or a 3 cost if we have Shauna because of her created cards. You could even wait till the end of the game and have her cost 1 if you have both of them on the board. I think Spider-Man Noir might put a new twist on Zoo, because we're not waiting for Ultron for an explosive turn 6. What we really want is an explosive turn 4, so getting up to that 8 cost on the board and having him hit something really impressive is going to shock our opponents. Let's jump into some games. We have Noir in hand, just need Shauna here. Need Shauna and another 1-drop before 4. There's a 1-drop. Can we get Shauna? They want it to happen. They absolutely want it to happen. Alright, Convertage, don't mess this up. M'Baku, I'll take it. That's a snap, and we get 2 procs from Spider-Man Noir here. We do have Kazar and Blue Marvel in hand already, so what could this be? We already have Nightcrawler on board. At least they're 8 power. An 8 power Dazzler, that's amazing. Oh, it doesn't proc twice though. That's alright, I'll take 1. We'll do Blue Marvel first, we'll fill our lanes, and we'll play a Gilgamesh. Double barrier. Ooh, he won the mid. But that was a great game. That was like
Victory!
picture perfect what we want to happen every time with Noir. We have Shauna, but our one drop is Squirrel. Nebula's good. Ooh, that's nice. Okay, we got the kitty. As long as we don't have Blade here, speak of the devil. Blade's is Hulk. Echo's interesting. So we'll do Nightcrawler, Proc Noir, maybe it hits Blue Marvel. Let's see here. Oh, an 8 cost, an 8 power Ant-Man. And then we can just fill our lanes here.
Yeah.
Woman does win him the left, but not enough to win the game.
Victory!
I do think Spider-Man Noir is going to work on other decks too. Mid-range decks, Wiccan decks, decks that care about the specific cost that they're playing on a turn-by-turn basis. I do think the most powerful cards in Marvel Snap are cards that cheat out other higher energy cards or energy themselves, so I think there's going to be some broken combos with Spider-Man Noir, and I'm excited to find them out.